Harry, what a month you've had. World Cup winner and a Test match 100 now. Those must be two boyhood dreams ticked off.
Yeah, absolutely. I ain't got many words, to be honest. It's been an exceptional month. Probably it's going to be a highlight for the rest of my career and life, really. So it's been.
Do you have to pinch yourself from time to time, or were you always confident that once you got your opportunity, things were going to go smoothly for you?
I didn't think it would go as smoothly as it probably has. I didn't think my first year playing for England I'd be a World Cup champion, to be honest. But no, it's I've always had the inner confidence that I'd play for England. Whether I'd do as well as I did now, I don't know. It's been, like you say, it's an exceptional month and one I'll look back on forever.
It's been an incredible 12 months in terms of your run scoring, but in the last few weeks in and around the setup, both white ball and red ball, have you felt that being around international quality players, international coaches, that your game has gone to a new level as well?
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, playing with some of the best players and against some of the best players in the world, you're always learning constantly. Whether that's a good day or a bad day, usually your bad days you learn quite a bit more. So no, it's been good. And like you say, yeah, playing with some of the best players like Stokesy, Rooty, Joss, for example, in the white ball stuff, you can only go up.
Just tell us, or take us a little bit back into the dressing room after that Test match in Rawalpindi. It was an incredibly tense and exciting game, and my memories are that Test match victories are very special when they come towards the end, because you put in all that hard work, 5 days of hard work, and then finally the victory comes. What were the celebrations like in the dressing room? Yeah,
absolutely. It didn't feel like 5 days. It felt like about 3 weeks. Felt like we were out in the field forever. But no, yeah, it was. In fact, we were out of the changing room pretty quickly. We got back to the hotel and then we had to go see we went to go see the Prime Minister. So it was all a bit, the celebrations were stunted for a little bit. But then obviously when we got back to the hotel, it was all guns blazing. Really had a few beers and and celebrated the win.
And was there a sense within the team that it was a special victory? I mean, all victories are, you know, welcome and nice, but this one was extra special?
Yeah, absolutely. 17 years we haven't played a Test match here, so to come out here and play on that pitch, which was obviously very flat, it was a nice wicket to bat on, and get over the line in probably the last few overs of the game was phenomenal, and the captaincy by Stokesy was unbelievable. It's the best captaincy I've ever seen.
Obviously you played a significant role at third fastest 100 in the first innings and motoring along in the second as well. Talk to me about the 100 moment, first of all. Rob Key said to me that Ben Stokes was at the other end and he was running towards you saying, "That's 100, Harry, 100, expecting you to put out the big celebration. You said, no, I don't like celebrating." Is that right?
No, I'm not one for massive celebrations. Like I said before, I've always had the inner confidence that I'd play for England and hope that I'd get 100. So I've got that 100. Hopefully there's many more to come. But I'll try to get a bigger celebration if I get another one.
Are you somebody who's aware of records? I mean, you obviously did the 24 in the first innings, then 27 off 1 over in the second. You look to be on target for the fastest Test 100 hit by an England player. I mean, are you aware that 76 balls are a record that's been held for 120 years?
I didn't know it was that long.
1902.
I thought it was actually Johnny who held the record. Yeah, I was going for it.
You were going for it?
I was going for it second innings. The 27 run over, Stokesy said to us before that inning, that morning, sorry, he said we've broken a few records yesterday, so let's go break a few more today, and obviously I give it a crack.
When he got out in the second innings, he had a long conversation with you actually when he got out. Was he telling you then, you've got till tea to try and get it and then we're going to pull out?
He was basically just saying, bat as you are for now, and then Jacksy's probably going to go from ball one or crack on early as possible, and then we'll pull out at tea or just after. But obviously we went quite hard and got to a total which he was happy with quicker than tea, so it gave us an opportunity to pull out earlier.
And there's been a lot of talk about the influence of Brendan and Ben on the team. I mean, do you feel that you are exceptionally lucky kind of to be starting your career now, almost as this revolution, if you want to call it, in Test match cricket is happening?
Yeah, absolutely, and luckily that I'm starting it here as well. Really, I've had a bit of success here already this year, so the confidence is fairly high for Pakistan. Yeah, and hopefully I can carry on.
Why does it suit you here, do you think, the conditions?
I feel like there's not much of anything really. Like last week we watched, obviously there was a bit of reverse swing, there was no spin. Obviously where I bat you don't really get swing, like conventional swing or seam, because the ball's usually older. Outfield's rapid, all you need to do is time the ball, it's 4. Yeah, that's about it really. No, it's a true surface mainly, not many demons in it.
People have said that one of the key things that the new captain and coach have done is to try and almost remove the fear of failure, remove that kind of worry about getting out in Test cricket. A, is that what you feel? And B, how practically have they done that with you?
Yeah, it feels exactly like that. It feels like you can go out and do whatever you want. If I want to reverse sweep first ball, and it's a licence almost. So, and the captain's leading from the front really there. He's like, his first innings was unbelievable. He obviously only got 40. He'd have liked to carry on, but he was striking at 230 or something like that. So, and if we didn't bat like we did that first innings last week, we would have had no chance of winning the game. So, to take it on like we have been doing in this last year. Obviously, I've only played 2 games, but how the boys have been going about it has been exceptional, and to have that confidence from everyone around you in the changing room and the coach especially is really it makes it so much easier.
And do you think it's easier because you're part of a generation that has grown up with T20 and grown up with playing all these shots? I mean, you're the first generation really for whom T20 has just been part and parcel of how you play.
Yeah, absolutely. I think in the future we're probably going to see more people at a younger age sack off red ball. There's going to be a lot of white ball contracts I reckon soon, and I'm probably not going to be one of them. But
I was going to ask that. I mean, obviously you play all formats, and T20 is going to be a part of your game. But are you, do you feel that this is where you want to be as well? Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said last week, that win was unbelievable. There's no better feelings in cricket. You've grafted for 5 days. It doesn't feel like you're going to win until you're there, really. So I still think this is the best format. Obviously, there's so much hype around T20. There's so many leagues at the minute. You could easily if you were good enough, just get rid of red ball and play every league in the world. You can understand why people do it because there's so much money out there. But no, I enjoy all formats and
do you think that makes it easier in a way, knowing that you've got the fallback of perhaps all these franchise leagues? For example, when I played, it was a long time ago now, there wasn't that fallback. Test cricket was the only place where you made your reputation and paid the bills, whereas you've got more options now. Does that in some ways allow you that freedom to play, knowing that there's all those opportunities elsewhere? Yeah,
potentially. For example, just after Christmas there's obviously the Big Bash, South Africa, and the new Abu Dhabi or Dubai League. So if you don't get picked in one of them and you don't get picked in the other, there's still another one to get picked in. So yeah, probably right, to be honest. Obviously I still think Test cricket's the pinnacle, and I'm still striving to play Test cricket for as long as possible.
And I read an interview with you where you were talking about the impact that your granddad had travelling around with you, taking you to all these games, and you said he was a bit of he liked first-class cricket above all, and was hopeful that you'd find your way at this level.
It might be different now, obviously. The T20 game has changed, but no, yeah. Like I said, I still think Test cricket's the pinnacle. I obviously do like T20 cricket as well, so I just want to play all 3 formats for as long as possible.
And when the injury to Johnny happened, did you kind of say to yourself, this is my opportunity now? I mean, one man's misfortune is another man's opportunity, and did you sense this was your moment, given how you'd played the previous 8 months?
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously it's not nice for Johnny to get injured in the way he did, obviously on the golf course. We play a lot of golf as well, so no, he's a phenomenal player, and I'm sure he'll get back into the team straight away when he's fit. But no, like I said, Pakistan, I've had a lot of success here this year, and it brought me a lot of confidence knowing that we were coming out here and I'd potentially start. So yeah, it's been nice.
And how has life changed for you a bit now? I mean, you're spending a lot away from home, but I understand you brought first house in Leeds, but you didn't get to see it for 7 or 8 months because you're in Pakistan, then you're in the World Cup, now you're here. I mean, life moves on, doesn't it?
It's not. I'm not complaining about that, to be honest. I went away and I came back a world champion, so no, it's good. But no, yeah, I bought a house about 4 or 5 months ago, and I think I've only spent 8, 9 nights in it. So, but no, like I say, it's so good. I'm playing cricket for my country, and it's a lot of people's dreams, and I'm doing it at the minute, so I'm very happy.
Let's push it on to this game. It looks as though it might be even a shorter game, actually, than the one in Pindi because of morning fog and early darkness. Does that mean you're going to have to push it on even further? Old blockers like me look at 6 or 7 and over in a test match and think that's incredible, but do you think you can raise the bar still?
I felt like my innings last week, personally, I didn't really feel like I took any risks. I said in an interview that that 24 run over, he bowled a bad ball every ball, and I just put it away. I didn't feel like I slogged or anything. I didn't play a horrible hack, apart from that last one actually, which went for 3 in that 27. But I was always trying to hit. But I don't know. It depends what Stokesy and Baz say, really. Obviously, I think everybody can probably tell that we're going to try and get a result out of it. That's the way we've been playing for the last year. So, however we go about it, I'm sure, hopefully there'll be a result at the end of the game.
And Ollie Robinson said yesterday or the day before that he'd never known the feeling of such confidence through a group, that confidence that you can kind of push for a win in any circumstance. Is that how you feel? Yeah,
absolutely. And like I said before, you feel like you can go out and do whatever you want, whether that's bowl a bouncer with nobody out on the leg side or reverse with 10 people on the offside. You feel like you can do anything.
Thank you.
Thank you.